Hello everyone and welcome to our channel. We are doing a full recap and reveal of our outdoor home renovation.
Our stucco was a complete mess. As you can see, there's Angelina scraping away all the damaged sections, getting ready for repairs.
And after we scraped away everything that was peeling, we patched it all up. This was the front of the house and also the back of the house, where we actually removed part of a window too. So there was a lot of patch-up work we had to do.
Next step was removing all of the rotted wood around the windows, and there was a lot of it.
And then we had to add this foam insulation to basically weatherproof our windows a lot better.
The windows weren't exactly installed properly, so while we had them open and exposed, we made the corrections.
We also are so lucky that my sister gifted us a new paint job for the outside of the house, so that was something we didn't have to do, and it made such a big difference.
Our gates and our fence were completely rotted and moldy and discolored.
Which we actually didn't even know. We were power washing the driveway and accidentally hit the gate and saw a totally different color and freaked out.
I was shocked.
So we ended up power washing everything and then staining it a provincial color, which is the same as our front door. It's drying there, that's why it looks patchy. But that, as you can see, is the front door, so it ties it all together.
We painted this black to give it a little pop in the front of the house.
We also have a lot of black features in the house naturally, like that plant window right there, so we just felt it ties it all together.
Our video doorbell, which has been a total game changer in security.
Yes, that is our Nest doorbell. We love it and so happy we upgraded to that. We also upgraded all new lights, again, black, just to keep everything uniform.
We wanted to put a little pop in the front of the house and kind of soften it up since there's so much concrete, so we decided to add olive trees that don't make a lot of fruit, so there's no mess on the floor. They're nice and clean and beautiful.
So we planted these and this is what it looks like. We also wanted something to add some more privacy in our windows and greenery without fully blocking out the natural light. So that's actually what it looks like from the inside, and they will grow a little bit more and we're actually being careful, like keeping it cut down so they don't overgrow in this area.
Exactly.
We then added this weed barrier and rocks, again, just to make everything look a little bit neater and more aesthetically pleasing. And this actually took us a while to spread out and make it look even.
It was a lot more rocks and gravel than I thought, but it's helpful. It keeps the moisture in so you don't have to water quite as much. It's a little more eco-friendly.
And when you get any of these types of rocks, they're so dusty and dirty, so we hosed everything off, and this was the results. Now, this next thing we did was actually not for cosmetic reasons, but just pure function. We needed to widen our driveway. So this was a process of us adding more concrete to the driveway.
There's a concrete truck dropping off loads and loads of concrete. It was a big ordeal because there was a large section we actually ended up adding.
And of course, we had to carve our initials in it as well. And we both park in the front of our house. We use our garage for storage, so we needed ample space for both of our cars.
There's the side of the house gate, nice and stained. We decided to sand it a little bit to give it more of a rustic feel and kind of blend it all together.
And we also wanted the gate to be a little bit taller, so we got these from Home Depot, and again, we stained it that same provincial color just to add more height and more privacy as well. And if you want to do something like this, make sure you're checking your local codes about how high you're allowed to go on your fences.
There's a lot of regulations with fence height.
Here is the original brick structure that was in our backyard, and as you can see, it was just not in good shape. Parts of it were falling apart, and as you can see here, like this top part was a safety concern. It could topple over. We think this was likely a barbecue before, but we wanted to keep it, but we definitely wanted to update it. So here Skylar is demoing that entire top half of brick, and this is what it looked like.
We decided to basically utilize 50% of the structure while adding on new. So that's a wood form, and we're gonna fill it with concrete and basically make a new top and a new support section.
So here is us creating a new concrete countertop, and we also needed to add extra concrete on the side for what we were doing with this space. We needed to make it a little bit bigger. So we smoothed out all of the concrete, and this is what that looked like after that process.
Then it gets topped with a nice Santa Barbara smooth stucco finish. It's nice and white and clean and easy to maintain.
So we smoothed all of that out. This also helps with weatherproofing it and just making it more durable over time.
And it makes just a nice clean surface for food prep.
And then we painted it. So we decided to whitewash it. We still wanted it to be gritty and see the original brick underneath, but we just felt that this would make it look a little bit more cohesive all throughout.
Angelina is a professional whitewasher at this point.
I also, I'm just lazy and didn't want to paint all of it. Whitewashing's easier. And then the thing that we were so excited about was we got a pizza oven. This is the Primavera 60 from Forno Bravo, a phenomenal pizza oven, and we had to rent this machine in order to get it on top of the structure.
It's a standard warehouse forklift, but in a little property, it was a big machine.
And this is what it looked like afterwards. And once we did that, we needed to level out the backyard for the pavers we were putting back here in the fire pit area.
There I am on the Dingo, or a mini skid steer. It's got a couple different names, but I had to excavate a lot of dirt since the level was way too high.
And Skylar had to put in a new gas line for the fire pit that he was building.
There's some footings for a wood structure we're building.
And we had to put gravel and sand down for the pavers to level it out.
This is the wood structure I'm building to hold the hammock.
So here are some wood forms there as well, so we could fill that area in and make it nice and secure.
That's the concrete pad that the fire pit actually gets built on top of, and those are the concrete footings for the wood structure that's going to hold the hammock.
And this is what all the pavers look like once they were installed. And as you can see, our grass just completely dead. So we planted 2 different types of clover. We really wanted to do a clover lawn because it is drought resistant. It's great for the environment. Bees love it. It adds biodiversity. And it actually grew really quickly in the areas where there was a lot of sun. That was it in just 2 weeks. And it's still right now patchy in some areas, but it is growing in really, really nicely. And we are continuing to update everyone on the clover on TikTok.
I built the fireplace entirely out of cinder block and concrete, and there's a couple metal supports embedded inside, but for the most part it's concrete and Santa Barbara stucco, the same stucco that's next to the fireplace.
And what's really cool is that this stucco in the fire pit also matches the pizza oven. It's okay that you said fireplace.
We also use the pizza oven as a fireplace.
And then here's us adding those supports to this structure, and this wood beam was so heavy I had to recruit my mom and sister to come over to help us lift it.
It weighed 350 pounds, and we had to lift it like 10 feet in the air. It was crazy.
And then after we did that, we painted it white, the same igloo by Dunn Edwards that we did with the rest of the house.
Even painting it was a little bit tricky because it was high up, and we had to get all the pole extensions and rollers out.
And this is what it looked like with the hammock. And we're also going to use this area for a few other things, but it's mainly for the hammock. This is the concrete area in our patio, and as you can see, it's just a complete disaster. And ideally, we would rip that out and completely replace it, but obviously that is a really huge project and a really expensive project. So we decided to do what is essentially a Band-Aid cosmetic fix. So again, this isn't the ideal situation, but we really just wanted the coloring to be more even. So this is what we did.
It's a concrete overlay, and what you actually do is fill in all the holes prior to that so it's nice and level, and then you do a skim coat of a concrete-based product. It gives it a nice, even finish, and it came out pretty nice.
And the last update that we have for the backyard was this. So we wanted vines to grow up our fence to add more greenery, more privacy. So we measured everything out and then used this core drill to drill out holes, which we were going to plant the vines in.
The core drill was insane. It was huge. They actually didn't have the base in stock when we rented it, so I was holding it by hand, and it's not really designed for that. but I managed to cut through 9 holes.
And then we got Southern Honeysuckle, a California native vine that we planted. And they're just babies right now, so we're gonna have to be patient, but eventually they will grow in and fill in really nicely and be super, super beautiful.
I can't wait for them to cover that whole fence.
As a reminder, this is what the backyard looked like before. And this is what it looks like now. We are so blown away by all of the progress and what we were able to do. We're just so excited about this space. All of the outdoor furniture is from POLYWOOD, made using ocean-bound and landfill-bound plastics, so it is environmentally friendly and also weatherproof, super comfortable, and was really easy to assemble as well. We will have all of the POLYWOOD products featured here, both the dining set and the seating around the fire pit, linked in the description down below, so please be sure to check that out. And overall, renovating the outside of our house has been a lot of hard work, and
so much hard work. The heaviest lifting I've ever done.
I know. We basically have been chipping away at this for about a year now.
Yeah.
And we still have a handful of projects left to do, but we just are really proud of ourselves. And of course, here is our nighttime results as well. We can't wait for more pizza nights and movie nights, s'mores, family, friends here.
Huge parties. Huge.
So thank you all for watching. All of our followers here and on TikTok really motivate us to finish these projects we do, and we really appreciate all of the support. And stay tuned for a lot more DIY projects. We have a couple of exciting updates coming up. So thank you, and we'll have more updates soon.